which side they start on. But the one thing I almost hope is we see Navi starting on the T side just to see how hard they come into this, because before they went into that and they absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, it's going to be very crucial as well, whichever team starts on CT side, build up that money early on, get some of those Molotovs out quickly. And that's the thing, there's going to be a lot of time for Guardian to find picks with this AWP, and TQM just cleans out that knife round. And look at the attitude they're bringing to the table right now, cheering, yelling, getting happy, having some fun before things even get started.
Well, it's also the polar opposites of attitudes, right? Because everyone knows Navi is the team that can get super flustered with each other, get into literal arguments mid-game. Whereas literally, I sat down here at the start of this while I think you were still on the desk for the last game, and I think it was Dupree just singing Summer Lovin', just from Greece. Everyone's super chilled out, everyone's super happy, they're in a great little mindset, and to be fair, it's not a bad way to start this off, and I think it will at least give me what I wanted, which was to see Navi on the T side.
You're happy right now, you're ecstatic.
I've got this stupid grin on my face. I just want to see what buy they come in for as well, because before we have seen them going occasionally for the molly on the T side for that B site, but a little bit overdone, very well noted by now, and it looks like they're not going to be going for it this time.
No, but Guardian does have a smoke and a flash. So they have the opportunity now, and it looks like spreading out a little bit, sending 2 over towards Ivy, but they're going to have a chance here to try and throw some kind of a fake, very fast 3 members towards the inner bomb site, just to take control of box halls, but they've got Device creeping up now. Yeah,
Edward just caught a glimpse of him too, so they should be certainly at least pretty aware of his position. Xyp9x has invested in towards the CZ, something that he's been doing on a relatively regular basis on this map, so waiting to see if he has the opportunity to play that through if they do make that position noted towards B, but still they are keeping their options open. Guardian still has that flash and that smoke, so the plan that they had in mind is yet to really come through.
Yeah, well, that was the big step, because if they didn't push back Device, who's getting aggressive towards those halls, that's a lot of information from TQM. Now you can see they have to keep 2 defenders in this B bomb site. They have to stay honest at that site. Xyp9x is now getting a little bit aggressive up there, and Guardian got to be careful, but he's still sitting around, and I mean, he's the one with the smoke and the flashbang, so no one with him quite yet. Looks like he does want to throw a little bit of a fake.
Okay. Xyp9x is going to find this out pretty fast, though, which kind of negates all of the point of this. Now, Xyp9x is going to catch out Guardian, but he's going to be going, okay, there's a smoke here, but where's the rest of the Navi side? All right, now I know where they are, all pouring out towards A. Now, Cease has done a little bit of work there, but Cajun B, with Dupree, just playing it out smart, leaving just 2 alive for the T side. Navi down to Edward and Flamey. A little bit of armor on both. Still looking for opportunities here, and none going to be found as Question Mark do lock it down. It's
a sick piss around from Question Mark. I mean, that delayed push up top by Xyp9x, staying aggressive in the mid round, finding all that intel. So even if Guardian gets away, and like they don't even spot the smoke because the second player had rotated off that B bomb site, so that fake essentially did nothing except give a free kill away. So really nicely done from TQM. Navi just gets smacked around in that pistol round.
Yeah, we've got the Deagles, the Tech 9 coming out, a couple of flashes and a smoke to be kind of put into play, but a relatively decent investment going through. Flamey just finding Carrigan out of nowhere. I don't even know where he found him. Was that down by Train 1? Doesn't matter at the moment until that moment then. Edward's taking down Device. Now, Question Mark a little bit light for numbers, and Cease has a chance to maybe catch one up down Ivy. Cajun B now has to be so cautious with so many angles.
Yeah, this got awkward really quickly for TQM. Now just down to 3 members. Xyp9x has to play very far back in the B bomb site, so he can rotate outside if that's where the hit's going to become, but there's over a minute left. And like these Deagles are just now going to be so dangerous. They're going to start running out of smokes, flashes, so Navi has a chance here if they want to go for a couple more picks, but it looks like all 4 of them are just going to rotate over towards inner and just group up, and Xyp9x is going to have a massive job to do.
Well, he did it with the CZ before, made a big difference towards picking up Guardian, but now he's got a lot more targets coming through. Now, Dupree can make something happen through Pop here if he does come up with the perfect timing, but no indicators as to why he'd go for that just yet, but a little bit of an inkling as to what's coming through here. And Navi, they're lining up by those B halls, just waiting for this. And Xyp9x is going to have to put out fires in so many different directions right now. 30 seconds left. Here goes that smoke. And he's almost out of bullets here. Suddenly Navi are on the side. That bomb could be put down pretty soon here. No one's backing up, but here comes Dupree. He makes his way up perfectly, denies the plant, picks up the kill. And Navi, even though they did a little bit of damage, couldn't get that much done.
You can see that's really good positioning by TQM and in that situation. So, I mean, Dupree just gets a really fast flank coming into the inner bomb site.
So, guys, we're going to have a little bit of a check-in here with our sideline reporter, Sadikist.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lauren. Just before this game, and Jason, you touched on it, they played Navi last at IEM without any success. Cajun B said one of the keys to beating them in this game is going to be both through economy and utility, shutting down Guardian early and making sure they don't give up the early pick. Keep an eye on that throughout the entirety of this series.
It was great hearing from you there, and we will have to keep our eyes on that and see if maybe they can keep that orb away from Guardian. Of course, such a massive factor and always a hard task. But what are we seeing here? A very clean round, it looks like, from Navi.
Yeah, once again, just taking over box hall's control. They don't have any utility to use, so even if they go down these ramps or come out upper, there's no smokes to block anything off. So this should be a pretty straightforward round. There are some P250s, another Deagle on Flamey, see if they can do more damage. But, I mean, TQM just has a massive advantage here without any nades.
Yeah, this should be a slaughter, and Zimnix is going to be the one bringing in the Fury. Actually doesn't connect as well as he'd hoped, but does get the chance to switch up towards the CZ, but it's Device babysitting, and it looks like 0 kills coming in for Navi in that round. And Device just sat there like, all right, just all of you look at Zipnix, and I'll just kill all of them.
Yeah, P90 was a perfect distraction. Really nice setup from them. I'm even amazed that Zipnix was able to get back and stay alive. And he's just going to keep that into this round. So now he's got the full utility, might be able to find an AK-47 to upgrade with. Big thing to note, Guardian, we talk about Guardian all the time, his op, because he bought in that second round, he's not going to have it here. So there's no op on the TQM side as well. So it's kind of evened out. But this slow pace, if Navi's going to be slow paced, they're going to have to find someone else to get some picks for him.
And normally the man who's been doing quite well recently has been Edward, but still very early into the game for him to find that real consistency of getting these opening picks. But KGB already pushing up relatively far here, getting a little bit of map control toward A. 4 players out there.
And Kerrigan gets brought down to 22 HP very early on over in Ivy, so he actually is going to switch spots. He's going to rotate away, and you can see the defense now in the outer train yard getting much more aggressive towards the mid connector. They're going to group up, and look, they're pushing forward onto it.
Yeah, they really are. This is going to be interesting. Looks like Team Question Mark want to retake some sort of control here, knowing that Kerrigan's looking a little bit worse for wear, and actually Guardian's watching this push out. Dupree isn't far off. I'll wait to see if Dupree's willing to take this fight here, but Guardian's going to be checking so meticulously every single corner he backs away. 48 seconds left now. Navi needs to start making their move, but I like this. Question Mark are buying time. They're making Navi check every single one of these corners, and there's no clean avenue of attack here, but it looks like they're building up by Ivy as well. And the rest of Navi going to have to make their minds up soon. Only 30 seconds here.
The bomb's rotating actually towards the inner bomb site or down ladder, but 3 members, this might be a try and pinch towards the CT spawn. They're going to come through the smoke. Kerrigan's still playing inside of it. He gets caught out. But now 3 members have that access. There's only 1 defender to block off CT spawn. The bomb is still waiting in the inner halls for Navi.
And Navi tried to do this before against TSM at the time, but Device now has already adjusted, really nicely done. Going to fall back towards CT. Zipnix deals with everyone pushing through towards the B site, and suddenly Navi are without any legs. They need to run the hell away. 4 seconds remaining, and it looks like TQM have done their homework here and just said, okay, if you want to do that little pinch through CT, we'll leave Device all the way back and just play on that stairwell. Especially
if you're going to execute that. I mean, that's a really cool strategy, and it's really effective if it pans out, but they execute it, you know, like Navi always does, by running the clock down. 25 seconds left, and when they don't make it to CT spawn, like all Device had to do, he didn't even have to get the kill, but just staying alive and delaying. All of a sudden, the remaining Navi members who are trying to pinch from the B halls, I mean, they just have nowhere to go. They have to start pushing forward, and they have no help from their teammates. So that just gets shut down. But now, Guardian, not has the scout, doesn't get a tag on that first shot.
Well, so far it's playing to absolute plan if you're TQM. You've denied every chance for Guardian to get that AWP into hand so far. You've picked up 4 clean rounds, and you're looking pretty good. Kerrigan's got the AWP now, and they're starting to look a little bit, you know, not necessarily confident, but they've got a plan in mind. They know exactly what Navi are bringing in these rounds. And I want to see what Navi's response is, because so far it's looking a little lacking. We do have Zeus sitting with that Molly. I'm wondering if he's going to be the player up top in case they do get that plant on that B site, but I have to wait and see. It does seem as though he wants to play that role thus far. Bomb yet to commit, but Zipnix has been also highly important. He's been kind of overshadowed a little bit by Device there, but he's been just as imperative with that P90 until now. However, 55 seconds here. Navi looks like they're setting up for this B play again, but they need to get the plant to make it even pay off.
Yeah, haven't had too much success, and now here comes just 1 pop flash, delayed smoke, and Zipnix on top of the train. He's just going to mow down Season Edward. Molotov stops Zeus from going out as well, so defense is going to hold strong. There's already a quick flank coming in as well, and Zipnix is going to get a 3rd and a 4th. Zipnix, a crushing round.
Really nice stuff from Zipnix, then just holding down the B side, and Navi looked a little lost for an answer, if I'm honest. They've come in with, you know, their normal playbook, and clearly TQM have been reading that one from the offset, and beautiful stuff. Zipnix again, you know, big play so far. Actually, I think top fragging, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, making his impression very early into this one, and yet to die as well.
Yeah, now the money is building up as well for TQM in another round where there's only 1 flashbang on a C's. Upgraded pistols, no real investment. Next round, they're finally going to have that op in Guardian's hands, but there's going to be so much money built up on the TQM side, especially because they have a great chance here to just get out with any kind of damage.
really nice stuff from TQM. This is the side we've been looking for a while. They look happy still. They look in good spirits, and they're looking pretty flawless. Well, until Flamey gets a deagle in hand, at least. But still, it's one man down. They can't recover the rifle just yet. And Cajun B is so close to taking down Edward here. It should be a couple of steps. No, Edward catches off Cajun, and now into a 3v2. Bombs being picked up, but this shouldn't be able to slip out of hand. But Zeus is going to try and make something from this.
Yeah, but a bomb plant is unlikely. That would be, you know,
the best right now.
That's exactly what he wants, but it's very, very unlikely he gets that. TQM is positioned pretty nicely, although there is an opportunity if the timing works out, but it doesn't. Device just peeks alley. I mean, he was watching mid and alley, so he rotates back, and he does find that kill. But now, this is the big round, and this is where Navi, if they don't win it, they have to at least show something, because they've been getting crushed in these rounds, both strategically and frag-wise. You know, none of these have really even felt that close for them. So they have to show us something good here.
Well, this is what we've been waiting on, right? This has been the whole plan in mind, is keeping Guardian away from the AWP, but eventually it was going to happen. Round 7, and we've seen the impact he can have before. We've seen it certainly change matches on its head, but at the moment, surely TQM will know this is the round that he can possibly get this going the way it has. They've got the double AWP out as well. Karrigan and Device, but already Guardian makes his presence noted there down by Ivy, taking down Karrigan. Now Dupree expecting a little bit of a dabble through that drop room in towards Pop, but nice little Pop flash is going to send him back in. Edward going to pounce, takes him down, and it looks like suddenly, with that AWP in play, Navi have got a little bit more bite to them here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That opening kill was brilliant. Now, Xyp9x has got to hold strong on the bomb train. It is an outer hit. Cajun is still very, very close up around this first train. And there goes Guardian. That's not good. That's the bomb as well, very far away. And it's Xyp9x doing all the work while Cajun's trying to rotate. And even Device chimes in. And all of a sudden, it looks so good for Navi. And they crumble in a 3-on-5. TQM holds strong.
That was the big test. Let's be honest here. That was the first round. We saw a bit of a fight coming out from Navi. Perfect start coming through. Another one followed off the back of that, taking down Dupree off the back of this Pop flash. But then you saw exactly what they're doing. And credit to Xyp9x, he's been on that B side the entire time. He switched up, he came over, and he dominated again. Two very imperative kills coming out. Guardian again with the AWP though. But look at this this round marker by now, 7-0. And Navi are trying to speed things up here. Edward's already out. Device has caught Guardian down, and this is looking disastrous. Zeus through Pop's going to get at least one kill there, but it's a 4v3. And suddenly, Navi have the upper hand.
Yeah, a little over-aggression from Cajun. Maybe not where there's two members. They're still out, and it doesn't look like TQM even has that knowledge. Edward and Flamey, though, they're just going to fall back through the smoke, and they're going to evacuate to go pick up that bomb. But look at all the opportunities it's afforded Navi. Seas gets in position over towards Ivy. Zeus is pushed up in box hall, so, you know, TQM's getting pressured all across the map right now.
This would be quite the uphill struggle, but there's, of course, the man himself, the man of the hour, Xyp9x, catching out Zeus, bringing it back into TQM's favor and forcing Navi to once again backs to the wall, bring something out. Now, Seized and Edward are the last two remaining. Pretty split up here. Seized, he knows his position's loaded. Xyp9x on the hunt, catches him out, and this guy is everywhere on the map right now, and just last man standing will be Edward. We can see it. I think you just probably caught a glimpse as well at home. The pause has been called out. This is a discussion waiting to be happening as Edward taking his time. He's got 3 players to find. The problem is that Karrigan's watching this angle like a hawk, and of course he closes it down. TQM with the flawless play so far.
These rounds are just getting away from Navi. The ones where they find this early success, it's like they don't know what to do after that. You can look how spread out they all are. One dies at the inner bomb site trying to come in, one dies at the top of ladder. And even when they have the man advantage, but it's no use when no one's grouped up. So TQM's getting back into these rounds very easily just off the back of one-on-ones. There's no trading for Navi. They're not using the man advantage. So, I mean, it's just interesting for a team that's so slow-paced. When they get these picks early on in the rounds, they seem to speed it up. And they're almost not used to that, and they're getting spread out from each other. So, I mean, that's what this pause is for. You know, talk some things over. You know, what are we going to do when we get these picks? Just stop. You don't have to be so aggressive. You know, just wait back a little bit and stay grouped.
Okay, you can see the always heated discussions, it seems, with the Navi guys. You can imagine by this point it is highly frustrating, though, because they have had a really good run on train until this point. This is the first time I've seen someone so beautifully shut down that play they love to do through CT with that little bit of a pinch on the T side. And that was absolutely just denied from start to finish. And TQM keeping this AWP away from Guardian. What, he's had it 2 times now, I think? Maximum 3?
Yeah, and he's even gotten some picks with it, but after that it just all gets shut down. I mean, Xyp9x hasn't died yet. Device only has 1 death. I mean, they're both with 12 kills, so these two guys are playing magnificent for TQM. The stars are showing up, and Xyp9x has been playing great for a long time now. It's been a couple months since he's really stepped things up.
Well, I think it was Device who even said in the interview that at one point they did have that discussion with him, saying, "Hey, look, you kind of need to pick up your performance a bit here. You know, we want to keep you here in this roster. Let's, give us that chance to keep you in this." And my God, has he? He's gone from being, a player who started out great, had a little bit of a quieter time, and now, if he keeps this sort of play up, he's going to be the one of the stars once again added to this list. So, obviously, great stuff for him in such an important game as well. But I want to flip the coin towards Navi. It's been a long time since I've seen Guardian on 1-8. If I'm completely honest here, this is not a scoreline I'm used to.
Yeah, we didn't even see we get that AWP until about the sixth round, I believe. But I mean, either way, it's just there's not enough going on. These guys are finding some success. They got pretty much cleaned out for 5 rounds, and then 2 to 3 they had some early success, but they're not building off of that. So it is a little bit scary. He's not having the opportunities that he wants. TQM is just playing so well in how they rotate. They're not giving him a lot of opportunities. So it's impressive defense out of TQM. And I mean, really, Navi, they haven't. It's not like super scary if they can continue to have that early round success. It's just this is what they need to talk about. What do we do from there? Pushing forward into an advantage. But here's the scary thing: is when was the last time we've seen TSM just like, laughing, smiling, happy with each other, right at their computers? And this does not look like a team, like a mentally fragile team right now.
No. Maybe it's singing Grease before you start playing is the key to success. Who knows? Just a couple of musicals here or there, and you'll be absolutely trashing games. But no, it is. And you know what, the funny thing is, I remember it was like when you used to play games at events and you guys would be frustrated, right? You're 8-0 down, you look over to the other side, like you just look over to the other table, you see these guys joking around, you can see them being happy, it's like, I'm so pissed at this. Instantly you get more and more frustrated, and we know Navi are a team that do get frustrated. They are, a great team. There's no disputing that. They can lock themselves down, they can reset in between maps. But my God, are they fiery. So this has been a long discussion so far. They are unpausing as we speak, but let's see how much that timeout's helped them here.
Yeah, this has been unforgiving from TQM, and now, I mean, they just have so much money built up as well. Sean yesterday was talking about Navi, that their quota. They get their 3 kills every round, and they just grind you down and eventually, break your economy, but that's not happening here. They've got 10 kills total, so it's a little bit scary now for Navi, because normally, we always talk about Guardian shows up every single time, and who else is going to show up behind him? Right. Now they've got nothing.
See, and it was quite funny. I remember when we were looking towards the kind of last couple of months of play with Navi, and I was trying to find a couple of stats towards, how imperative Guardian's performance really is to them converting it to wins. And there are very few instances when he doesn't hit above, just like a 1.3 KDA where they've won a game. Like every time he has a slight dip, maybe he just has a quiet game, gets locked out, the whole team struggles. I don't think it's, there are outliers. There are a couple of games where he's just had a bad game, but someone else will find that form, be it Flamey, be someone else. But it is difficult for them to find that form here, and Guardian, of course, will know that. He knows he's going to have to be a big factor, and he's going to be, frustrated himself sitting on this, 1-8 scoreline so far.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. Well, I'm just laughing because we had that tactical pause for Navi, but now it's a technical pause because looks like Dupree's headphones broke, so he's getting new in-ears, so maybe all that singing those musicals.
Are you saying he's got a bad voice?
I think someone on that team probably has a bad voice.
That's really quite rude.
Statistically speaking, someone on that team has got to have a terrible singing voice.
I don't know, it was pretty good at the start. Like, it was a nice Danish twang to it, you know what I mean? It was I've never heard Grease sound the way it did, but I'm all down for watching that back at the hotel later. I can't wait for it. This is my thrilling life as a caster.
It's glamorous, really.
It is. It really is. You guys, you don't know. But no, we are just going to be waiting for this one to start up. You can see the bears in the background. They're just chilling out.
Here's the question. Is this double op setup that TQM's brought out is now, once Guardian gets that first kill, his position's exposed. And that allows that second op on TQM to reposition himself perfectly. So, Guardian gets a pick out towards mid, and then the second op can rotate wherever he wants. And he said, all right, you're out mid. I can just, I can find an angle where you're going to have to peek eventually. Where
have they been playing those up ops? I actually took notice of Device so far, because I do recall, of course, Zivnix was over on the A site, right? And he's been playing B solo almost. Well, so did they switch up?
Kerrigan's been opping Ivy, the alley, and Device kind of plays it in connector, so he can rotate back and forth between B and A. That round, Zipnik was actually on the A bomb site. He just, whether it's a gamble because they lost so many players so early, or whether it was just a good read on something they saw, he just got to that A site so quickly.
Right. Okay. So it's just a quick rotation. I was curious if they'd maybe put someone as just like a solo AWP on there, but apparently just reading into the game. And I wouldn't be surprised, the amount of times it does come down to feel, or just knowing that, okay, when Navi play like this, when they're in this situation, they like to go straight off the back of it, whatever it is, these guys obviously play, and you just get it drilled into your head. And it looks like we have found another delightful pair of headphones for him. So hopefully it'll be fixed up pretty soon here. But still, let's take this into account, because this is still a very CT-sided map. You know, it's not quite your nukes back in the day, but it's still very much a CT-friendly map at this point.
Yep. Well,
especially if the economy's building in your favor, let's be honest.
I was
here,
going to say, especially the amount of money that TQM has right now, this is brutal. It's going to be brutal for Navi.
But, you know, we don't always seem to train as much as the other maps. Let's just say, what sort of scoreline is not what they want, but what's an expected scoreline? You know, back on Nuke, you could be sitting with maybe 2 or 3 rounds as a T-side. I mean, like, it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, that's not even a problem. Is this to that degree, do you feel, or is it not that much of a CT-sided map?
It can be, but you got to think also Navi. Yeah, maybe like 4 is great, but at this point in the half, I mean, they have to break this economy at some point. That's kind of the goal. If they break that economy and they do it quickly, they can get up towards 5 rounds. If they win 2 in a row and then all of a sudden the money's gone for TQM, they can get up towards that 5, which would be magnificent. But yeah, you usually want about 4 or 5 at least.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind and see what Navi can bring through here. Up until this point, I'd been singing the praises of Navi's T-side, but it seems as though TQM have just decided to completely ruin my day. And already, dupree's doing just the same for any Navi fan out there. A bit of a trade-out coming in, but it is very much a light to buy. This is nicer from Navi. They're going for a bit of a pinch in towards the A side this time, rather than the wrap. Device going to get overrun by Flamey, and suddenly they've come out with a really decent plan in mind, it seems.
Yeah, very smart play from Guardian, but it's down to a 2-on-2. Zipnik's doing some work. He still hasn't fallen yet, and he's going to be into a 1-on-1 against Guardian. Casually just reloads, stays at the bomb train. He knows the bomb is down. He knows exactly where it's at, but Guardian working his way from E-Box is going to find him out in the open, but Zipnix is just going to win it, flat out. This guy is playing like a monster right now. 14-0 right now is his scoreline.
Can anyone stop Zipnix is now the new game title. Like, it's great, you know, TQM against Navi. We're just talking about Guardian being the big
Guardian
man at the moment.
His way from E-Box is going to find him out in the open. This is actually,
that was great there as well.
Right.
So much Moses.
That initial play from Guardian, he gets that opening kill coming out mid, and then he just hides. And he knows Kerrigan's eyes are on him down that alley with the AWP, but he buys his teammates time to come out alley and just get a free kill onto Kerrigan. That's what opens that round up.
So we are going to see the man, the myth, the legend, Guardian, back with the AWP. But, you know, he looked for this opportunity last time here once he got this in hand. Device, I think it was Device or maybe Karen who got actually shot down by, but Zipnik's already going to make his impression here. Denies Zeus any presence towards those B halls. Going to just kind of secure that one. Keep that under wraps. So his other teammates packing off. He's going to be the man soloing that out, I think, almost. And now Guardian's kind of curious about where to go here, but I can imagine Cage is going to hear this as well.
Every time Kerrigan has died with the first kill on TQM, the remaining players have taken complete control of that mid connector for the terrorists. So they don't rotate over to guard the open position. They just push forward and take new map control. Very, very interesting out of them. And now there's 2 players in here, Cajun and Dupree, and they're just hanging out.
Excuse me, I thought this was going to be Zipnix, but it's actually Device. So he did have the shot then towards Guardian. A little hesitant on taking that one. Maybe just the smoke was a touch thicker than expected, and Guardian will have that first shot off. So keeping things available, but let's bear in mind Zipnix can fall back here. But still, that's not where they had in mind. Dupree's going to trade out there, leaving Cajun B with this predicament in hand. But again, this play, they push through towards A, they push out, they get this map control, has kept this one available, but seized on that little pinch through, is going to find Zipnix, and now it's Cajun B in a 1v2. Can he suddenly turn the odds? No, it's going to be Guardian suddenly coming through with the AWP, but that was, again, a bit of a sloppy round. It was a bit here, there, and everywhere, but Guardian did do the damage eventually.
It's that 2 players pushing mid almost brought that right back, because, you know, you don't expect 1 person to be there. You certainly don't expect 2 people to be there, and it was almost really, really nice positioning, good enough to salvage that round. But Navi still, I mean, they win that round, yes, but they lost 4 members. They don't get to build up any bank behind this, so immediately they're already in danger of being reset. But because of the 4 kills that were had in the last force buy by Navi, so is TQM. This is a very, very dangerous round for both teams.
All right, Navi, what have you got here? Got a hell of a lot of Molotovs to play into as well. So, Season needs to be careful. Cajun B might. Well, he definitely saw where that molly came from, so he could easily push his way through if they fancy it. And again, they have been working off the back of losing a member initially, and now Cajun B just waits out Device, just pins C's to the wall in front of him, but while that happens, Guardian's gone for the crack open towards B, and he's done it.
I mean, you really don't ever expect to see an AWP just slowly walk down that ramp and get the pick. And now look, scared to even rotate, but the shot gets baited out. Flamey does find Cajun, but TQM, they don't have a foothold for this retake quite yet. And actually, even Device is falling back, and because the economy is so low, this is just going to be a save call. So a really nice round for Navi, and they're now 2-0 on rounds where Zipnix dies.
Well, Flamey needs to be the one to catch out Dupree here and check for this if they do want to get those players out. But actually, they're going to fall out of the CT side, just trying to get towards CT spawn. keep hold of these guns because relatively needed at this point. But Dupree hoping someone would walk into his clutches there as Flamey cautiously going to move away as well. And a well-needed round again.
You can see how much faith TQM has in Xyp9x in the early stages of these rounds. He's very much alone at that B bomb site, especially when there's any presence of Navi outside towards the A site. So Xyp9x falls there, and because he falls so quickly with no kills, there's no chance that TQM can rotate in time to prevent a plant or even, you know, have a good angle to start fighting for it, fighting for the retake. So Xyp9x can't fall down that early.
Xyp9x with the man of the moment now, and I think Navi have kind of, as you noted, if they are able to pick him up first, they've been being able to work out options. Guardian's been consistently looking for it early on. Guardian's there this time. Not going to find too much out early. Carrigan mollying down towards the back of Ivy there, keeping Flamey at bay. You can see him just holding the push, not wanting to go for the peak just yet. But this is a 3-2 split. This is, once again, looking relatively similar, almost towards that B take that they tried earlier on, but and again, last time they had a little more luck on that. They did take down Carrigan earlier on.
You can kind of see the timing of what Navi's working with here. They send 2 players over towards Ivy just to do some very light prodding, see if they can catch him and peeking out. And 3 members are now clearing out box halls, throwing a little bit of a fake here, some flashes. That's not going to force any rotations. Barely a readjustment in the outer bomb site from the defense. 1 player inches towards the bomb train, but TQM is standing strong.
They're just going to wait this one out. There's 50 seconds left. I guess if you're against Navi, you kind of just ignore the first minute of the game to a degree, and then you have to keep your mind towards those last 40 seconds, which has been their go time pretty consistently. We're going to see those smokes going down. I'm wondering if Seized fluffed that one then. And where are Navi going to take this?
It looked like they almost wanted to fake outside again and go towards inner, but because of that missed flash, they can't do it. Cajun's going to get those opening 2 kills, and yeah, this is just a disaster now for Navi. No plan. Zeus is trying to creep out the upper ramp, but Xyp9x has an idea it's coming, and he's going to win that battle like he's been doing all game. And Navi, Guardians forced back. It's a 2-on-5, and they might be in the situation now where they just need to save these weapons because their money is not looking very, very strong. They're going to have another buy. Flamey finds that kill on a Dupree, but there's no chance of them winning this round.
Yeah, time is certainly run out by now. He's so desperate to catch a couple of people out. He knows they're low, but just going to stay alive at this point. No one else walks into those sites, but still, as you said, the problem with Navi's style, well, not even problem, but always the downside is you can't make mistakes in those last, when you execute on that sort of, minimal time, what else can you do? You know what I mean? You've got to land those smokes, those flashes, they have to be absolutely on point. If you don't land them, that's everything gone, and there's no recovery time.
Yeah, we've actually seen a lot of players, even yesterday and some other matchups, missing a decent amount of smokes and Molotov. So not working out too well in some of these executions. Guardian goes for a fast pick, but it's going to be Edward who finds it, just rushing down ladder. Dupree not prepared for it, but he does get traded out, equalized by Cajun, who's brought very low, so he's got a tough job to do behind first trade.
It looks like Navi trying to speed up the pace here, and actually they've got presence towards that outside area. C's being held back by the smoke allows Carrigan the chance to take down Guardian relatively unscathed, but it's put 3 players now, make it 2 into this bit of a dire predicament as C's tries to make the most of it towards that bomb site, but Device adjusts well. But C's will catch out Carrigan now, 2v2. Bomb loose. Device looking for the shot around the corner. Flamey's going to take it, and Flamey gets the double. And man, still relentless in ability, but not had a chance like that in a while. But that was just a bit like, they just sped the hell up and took the fights.
I mean, great shots from Flaming, finding some nice angles, and that was looking so scary for Navi. It looked like they were just going to get wiped off the map for a second there, and they claw their way back into it. So really good frags when things slowed down. Going to be another buy at a TQM. It's very, very light, though. Shotgun on Dupree with no armor. Famas on Cajun. CZ on Zip. I mean, there's very few nades. There's no kit, so Guardian, he can have his way with things. You can see how aggressive he's getting right now, but the shotgun catches him out. What a good find by TQM, and now they're just wiping everyone off.
All right, so, the Mag 7's clearly back. Most, showing us yesterday what can be done with it, and Dupree fancies a bit of the action. Xyp9x just feeding that information through, leaving C's the last man standing, and any smile that they have cracked onto Navi's face has just been wiped off by TQM. Oh, wow, my God, again, these rounds are so hard to watch sometimes, but look at this. Guardian had the perfect chance, but Dupree, that second shot on Edward was just savage.
It's just surgical, really nice shooting. And that's the thing, Navi, that's the point where they win that round, they break the economy, and they have a great chance of getting up towards 5, but they've never been able to fully break TQM in this half because of how much money was built up for them throughout the opening 8 rounds where nothing went Navi's way. So now they're stuck on 3, and it's going to be very difficult with 3 Tech 9s.
Again, I worry when Dupree's starting to go walkabouts as well. He's feeling confident, he's feeling aggressive, and you can't really blame him. He's gone and found Zeus already. Karrigan's backed him up towards Guardian. That shut down 2 players from Navi, leaving just 2 alive now. Device again. Outstanding shooting. And every time Navi get a kill, they trade it out, but it never goes their favor. And the bomb in a bad spot does mean an easy pickup in the end for TQM to close out so strongly on that first half.
Yeah, incredible. Xyp9x is 17-3, Device is 17-4, and the only 3 rounds that Navi won are the 3 that Xyp9x died. I mean, that's just how much of an impact that guy had in that first half. It was amazing. But Navi gets off to a very slow start. They're almost able to bring things back, but they get crushed pretty strongly in that first half. But now it's their chance. Now they have that easier side. Now Guardian, if he can get that op out early on, he can wreak some havoc from long range in that outside train yard. But they've got to stabilize the economy very, very early on.
All right. So I'm looking at Seized and Zeus, seeing if they maybe have something in mind as to how, you know, let's say we were going to see Navi playing into this one. Excuse me, TQM playing into this one. But still at the moment we're going to have the raid boss with Karrigan coming through, and the T side of TQM already putting themselves out towards A here. Dupree going to try and find one, but it's Edward already going to catch out Karrigan here. Guardian leering out, trying to stop this one coming through. He had the chance at it, but no. Xyp9x on the crossfire perfectly takes him down. And now down to the 3v3. This is just all over the place.
Yeah, great cover being provided by Xyp9x from far away. Flamey, though, is going to clean him out eventually. Looked a little bit scary for a second. 2-on-3 now, and their TQM is stuck at this bomb site, and he's surrounded. Device, there's 3 members from every different angle. Going to be very tough for him to find this, and the first person is going to be Zeus out in the open in the train yard. He picks up the P2000. Oh, what a shot! Incredible. Stays alive, but now he's got to be very careful, and he's not ready for C's to be there.
I think my heart may have just had a couple of issues in that second, and it was like, don't you do this. Don't you do this to
I
me.
wanted him to do it so bad. It's so cool.
It looked so possible at some point as well. It was like, okay, well, one of them's low. He's just hit that shot. That was the harder one, I guess. But still, doesn't happen. 12-4 now is the scoreline. You know, the window's now been cracked open. Not a door yet. It's a little window of hope, of opportunity. But it's very slight.
Yeah, they got to survive this 5 deagle buy out of TQM. No nades, just some upgraded armor. Gonna use these deagles. I mean, this is the thing too. These kind of work out like scouts. When you have this many deagles, even just a body shot can, you know, bring someone down to half HP for a teammate to clean them up. Yeah,
and it's something that I absolutely love watching. It's a little bit dirty, but and it works. It works. Karrigan trying to catch out Zeus. He does get the tag, but nothing more. But look, just keep your eyes on Navi's HP overall here. It's going to allow opportunity, and well, if Cajun just hits headshots, it becomes a lot easier. But still, only 3 of TQM left standing. Zeus putting out fires there. But there we go, Device with the double. This has gotten dangerous. Suddenly all those tags start becoming such a problem. And look at this. TQM, where on earth is that coming from? Like, you see the opportunity, you see the possibility, but you do not expect it to happen just back to back.
Yeah, that's unreal. It even almost looked like Device was a little bit confused and surprised that those shots actually landed. Yeah. But what a play, what a round from TQM, and they're just not letting up whatsoever. Navi, they even had a good buy for that. They had 5 FAMASes. They're just saying, we know you guys are going to buy up in this round. We're going to try and play the range. We have armor. You know, we have the FAMAS to penetrate the armor, and it just didn't work out for them.
Has someone, like, changed the R8 with maybe a deagle skin? Because there's a lot of deagle kills coming in right now. I'm getting a little worried at this point, but still, we are seeing TQM trying to make their presence noted, and it has worked out. A bomb down. And now 3 players standing, a deagle, a 5-7, and a scout. Okay, B's low, Karrigan's a little low, but there's still 2 players sitting relatively pretty. The bomb is perfectly planted for them right now, and that smoke is just buying time.
Yeah, not really an opportunity to win this round, so Navi maybe want to fall back a little bit and save this. They don't have kits to work with, but they're going to try and get some exit kills, keep the money low, maybe salvage an AK-47. Zeus does get one there as Flamey falls. He's got an opportunity for another if he can find it, but he can't. Everyone's just going to get away safely into this round. We're going to go forward, and TQM already up at 14.
This is looking a little bit brutal at this point. Let's be very honest here. 14-4. Navi, they had the window of opportunity. They had a little bit of glimmer of hope coming into the second half. They went, okay, we got the first pistol relatively well, and then the deagles came out, and it all went to pretty much. Yep. So yeah, now Navi, what can you do? All right, you know, the thing is, you've got 4 rifles now against you. TQM not even going to go for any AWPs or anything, you know, like that yet. They're still playing with these rifles, relatively happy. And now we're going to be seeing what they can achieve. Dupree straight out, no messing around here. They want to get this done and dusted, and they want to get this one right into the faces of Navi, and that's exactly how they want to start it. KGB and Dupree cracking this one open. And like flies, Navi are starting to fall until then. Actually, Guardian and Seized try and turn it around, and Seized isn't done yet. He's recovered a rifle. He's got armor to work with, and he is still doing it. Oh my word, Seized. Absolutely beautiful play coming out. Just turning it around on a dime and keeping Navi alive at this point.
Yeah, this is where things can start getting a little dicey for TQM in the sense that Navi, you know, backs against the wall. They're that cornered animal right now, and they're going to start just pushing through smokes, trying to make hero plays. And that can be very, very difficult to deal with at times. And you see it there. Everyone from Navi, no one's afraid to just push up and go into a smoke. You know, in their minds, like, you know what, if some miracle doesn't happen, this map's already lost. You know, just go for it. If you see you might have an opportunity, try and make it happen.
Now, the Deagles don't have armor this time. There is just, you know, Tech 9, P250, 2 Deagles out to play. So they could still do some damage. Let's not write this off. We know that they can, and I think Navi are well and truly aware of that. So
there's also, TQM has so many rounds to play with that if they can just keep doing economic damage, eventually Navi's going to be put onto a very weak buy. And what a start. Kerrigan long range of the P250 finds the kill onto Guardian.
How you can let someone get away with that, and I can imagine they'll be scratching their heads as well. But it does mean the KGB's actually recovered a rifle out of this too.
But he can't do anything with it. Zeus takes his head off, and it's just Device left with that Deagle, and even he doesn't even get a shot off. So Zeus ends that quickly. One kill goes out. And TQM, excuse me, is going to buy into this round. It's going to be Kerrigan with the AWP, and Guardian I don't think can afford one. Actually, Zeus is going to drop it over to him. So there's the buy, there's the drop over. But 14-6, Navi still with a long way to go.
Yeah, it's a long road to recovery at this point for them. I don't see particularly that many options, bearing in mind what happened just when they missed one flash basically and the whole round fell to pieces. It does become one of these kind of you can't make a single mistake, and it looks like TQM are going to go for a play towards B, at least showing their hand to start with and forcing Flamey back a little, but no commitment off the back.
It's a little bit of like Navi's own medicine being used against them, actually, even more so. It's a different kind of medicine because they're actually getting aggressive out this upper ramp. Flamey's brought to 18 HP, but Dupree and Kerrigan can't get it done. That was the AWP. If that second player had been an AK, Flamey might have been cleaned out, but either way, he gets 2 kills, and he holds strong for Navi at the inner defense.
Can TQM find any other avenue of approach? Right now, the answer is definitely no. As Zeus denied Device even a step out then. Zimnik's been holding this angle, waiting for someone to walk in. And, well, Edward obliges, but not without Zeus replying back. So now we're leaving just KGB alive at this point. And he's heard Zeus. He's going to get that shot off real easy, but he does have the bomb as well. So maybe, I hate saying it, he could have had a shot at least, maybe trying to take a fight there, but Sees does come through Pop and does stop that. Small opportunity.
Yeah, that's very much like Navi's opening to those rounds where TQM, they sent 3 players to just kind of push back any pressure in those box halls, but not prepared for Flamey to just wreck them like that. So great hold from him on top of the tray, no cover to hide behind. He just wins those battles outright. Now, you know, you talked about, you know, a little bit of opportunity, a window is cracked open. I mean, now if they can start building up this economy in this eco round, they all of a sudden have a foothold where they can keep rebuying these Molotovs and these smokes, and then it gets a little bit scary for TQM. So Navi now with a decent chance to start making this comeback, you know, become realized.
Well, I think feasible is going to be slowly creeping in towards maybe our vocabulary by the end of this, depending on maybe the next couple of rounds here. Still strange seeing Guardian being so quiet, so quiet throughout this game. Down almost bottom fragging, if I'm not mistaken, overall here. KGB's actually gone and found Zeus already, and this is going to force Guardian into a really bad spot here. He's trying to be just focusing on by both sides. Ivy pressure and Pop. He doesn't know where to look. Left, right, and center. There were TQM players pushing in, and now he's going to be caught out. Kerrigan, every single time, just picking him up with these P250s with just, you know, not much to work with. Device does go down in the end, but still, you know, a little bit of danger every single time. Guardian's now been shut down twice in these pistol rounds. Once by, actually twice by Kerrigan now.
Yeah, scary situation as well, because actually the composure that it took for Guardian to swing around and hit that shot over towards the ladder room where he was getting, he's taking some fire from was really, really nicely done from him. But still, TQM almost finds a way into that bomb site. They don't quite get it. The defense closes everything up. Look at this Device now with the op. He's going to get aggressive towards mid. He's going to try and go for some kind of a pick. Nade's going to rain out. It misses its mark, though. Doesn't deal any damage. And Device is just going to hold that angle.
So what's that? See if everyone's holding real close at that point, but no one going to be helping out here. He's going to see where Flamey put that molly down from. Flamey adjusting accordingly. Not going to be sitting around too long holding one angle. He wants to keep himself moving. He doesn't want to give an easy shot to any of the TQM boys. And the Bombs actually backing away from this, so maybe not wanting to push themselves through here. They have kept a lot of Navi members present on this B site. dupreeh even going to give a little bit of something on the way out, and Xyp9x there just lining up the smoke, and now we might see finally a play coming through.
Yeah, the issue is Edward's pushed up very, very close. That's a nice pop flash. Edward spots him out. He's going to have any help. There it is. Kerrigan comes in at the exact moment, bails him out of a tough spot. Zeus now with a lot to do, but Kerrigan comes in with the entries. Beautifully done. 2 for him. Guardian's still alive, though, and things have all of a sudden been equalized by Navi.
Well, it was until that moment. dupreeh has just gone wild. That's 2 back-to-back, and Device wants a little bit of the action, too. And so many small moments in that round just equating to, sadly, Navi struggling. You know, the pop flash was great, but then the swing out comes in, and back and forth we go. The denial comes out, and actually we're going to see a double AWP purchase. It's all or nothing now for Navi. They're just going to invest everything they can. So 2 AWPs in play, Guardian, and it seems like Seized, you know, picking up the other. And on the other side of things, just Device running this so far.
Really, really nice round by Kerrigan there, but even Device, smart play by him. Once Guardian's position is known, he gets 1 kill. They see where he retreats to, and Device is like, I'm just going to hold you here. This time, though, he loses it out, trying to find the crack in that wall. It even sees now the double op setup. It's been found out, but you know it punishes TQM very, very much, and even Zeus just rushing up ladder with that shotgun. So TQM just getting cleaned off this map. It's just quickly dupreeh, and 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the round. It's all down to just 1 player on TQM.
I think he spotted out Zeus. I'm pretty sure he at least heard him by this point, so he might be able to take Zeus down, but not gonna have the chance of that. It looks like Navi just playing angry at that point, taking these fights, wanting to take map control, not allowing any room to breathe for TQM. Then the double up worked out. Really nice stuff there. C's picking up 1, Guardian as well, doing a lot of work here. And TQM, they're back on these kind of, you know, lack of money rounds. They can't really do much with it. So, oh, I thought we were actually going to see an eco, but no. We are going to see the Tech 9s going out. P250 for Xyp9x and dupreeh, but no utility, nothing more. Just try and do what they can.
Yeah, because what they're saying is, all right, you have a double op setup. If we can just take 1 out of your hands, so expensive. C's is going to miss that first shot.
This could get real dangerous, and all that Molly has been absolutely ripping them to shreds, and Seized has the time of his life. But you saw the plan then a mile off, but Navi responded super quickly. Yeah,
just nice. I mean, they got the information it was coming, and Seized just drops that Molotov, but it's, you know, Flamey who's bailing him out of that tough spot. Because those first 2 players would have made it out of that molly, been able to swing on him, but really nice setup by Navi to be able to support that AWPer who just grabs the intel. And now another save out of TQM. No armor. They have the upgraded to P250s. They have a smoke and 2 flashes to work with. The last round, they didn't get anything go in their favor.
But again, they're not slowing down. They're not trying to play, you know, anything subtly here. They are going to be going for these shots as fast as possible. They have made it through towards the side, but Zeus keeping Edward safe at that point, and Guardian going to do the same. Everything being just shut down in the end by Navi, and TQM not going to find a single pick at this point.
And what those 2 rounds did for Navi is ensure that TQM is going to have to beat them outright in a round to win this match. They no longer have the ability to get 3 to 4 kills, you know, start preventing, you know, maybe 2 to 3 players on Navi's side from having a kit or having a smoke or a Molotov. Everyone on Navi is rich, so there's no longer that economic possibility of losing the match for Navi. TQM is just going to have to straight up beat them.
All right, straight up fights coming out. We are going to be seeing a lot more map presence from Navi as well. We got some presence towards Ivy, and look at Edward straight away leering in towards Pop, but he doesn't even get the kill in the end. Xyp9x manages to take him down first, but there goes the molly burning up dupreeh. We're going to see a lot of pressure towards the A site, and Navi are handling it now. Zeus finding his own at the back of this site. Guardian feeling like he wants in on the action. It's just Xyp9x left alive. 1v4, bombs noted, and he is done for. Guardian says no, they've had enough. And 15-12.
Such a nice job handling that from Navi. I mean, even when that initial kill gets traded, the rest of them closing the gaps in the defense very quickly, and all of a sudden, 12-15. There's no more songs being sung by the Danes. There's no more laughter coming out from them. This is a tactical timeout. With 3 rounds remaining, they have, you know, they're pretty close to the full losing bonus. But the big thing is they've only really won a single gun round in this half on this terror side of Train. Navi's been putting them in their place pretty consistently.
Yeah, my mind goes back to just, you know, that 1 Deagle round that came in, some really small moments that, you know, TQM, I guess you don't see often picking up rounds like that, or at least across the board you don't expect them to. I guess, you know, pistols become more and more prevalent in this game, but that point aside, it's more the fact that Navi have started to find a little more form. Guardian has looked more confident. Let's remind ourselves, not too long ago, he was bottom fragging, he was on 9 kills. Now, he's second from top for his side, so suddenly finding a little bit more freedom. but also everyone's starting to, you know, perform a little bit better here. They're not being overrun. They're not being kind of flustered on that outer bomb side. They're actually locking it down here.
Yeah, it's really nice stuff. They're forcing TQM to come through their own smokes if they want to take anything away. You know, that one player initially falls outside, but the rest of them are behind the bomb train just holding their spots. You know, forcing TQM into these choke points and taking really, really nice battles. And yeah, Guardian, you could even see him getting aggressive on the side of that train, pushing up, finding some kills at some odd angles. And that's kind of what we know from Guardian as an AWPer. He hunts down his kills. He's not just going to sit back and hold an angle, but when he's feeling it, he's going to push up, and he's going to find you somewhere.
Oh, he definitely did that. Pushing all the way up. I was like, just train once all the way down, just having the time of his life. And why not? You know what? The thing is that he can hit these shots. He's one of the few that definitely can do that sort of play. I think we saw it. Was it Olaf in the Fnatic game earlier? I'm trying to think back. We had that ridiculous one on towards Apex. There was just like super close, and just you know, these disgusting shots that you just shouldn't hit, but they do because they're that, you know, goddamn talented. But still, 15-12 here. I think for Navi's, when you've got a pause like this against you, you're always trying to think. I can imagine of what are they going to bring into this now? What's their next plan of attack? You know, how are we going to have to deal with this now? Do you think there's ever a time where they have to be careful to not overthink it, to not overly change what they're doing, or do they now just need to be a little bit cautious, take their time coming into the next couple?
If I'm Navi, I'm just doing the same thing I'm always doing. TQM here out of this pause, they upgrade some pistols. They don't, you know, only 2 players have armor, but they have 5 smokes and they've got flashbangs, so they have a plan. You know, their initial idea is just to get the bomb planted at a bomb site and see what happens afterwards. You know, anything can happen with these pistols in their hands, so they have all the utility they could need to execute a strategy to get that bomb planted, and with a little bit of luck on their side, you know, they can actually flat out win this round.
Okay, maybe the wall of smoke could be put into place, and it does seem as though that's a bit of the plan here. It does allow TQM a couple of steps closer for free. Maybe allowing those pistols to do some more damage, and we've seen that coming through. Dupree comes in. That's 2 back-to-back. Kerrigan finding down Guardian, and now Kerrigan's got the AWP. They're in on the site, and that bomb's planted, and it's gone from bad to worse here. Suddenly Edward falling means it's all onto Seized, and he is nowhere to be found. It's a 1v3, and I don't think he's got much of a shot in this one.
Yeah, no, not like this.
Not like this.
This is brutal to lose it on this round. Seized gets that first kill. He's going to smoke off the bomb, and this would be an absolute miracle if he's able to get there. Flash comes out, he blinds himself, but he also blinds the opponent. Now inside the smoke, can they find him? It only takes a bullet from Device, and TQM do clean it out after the pause.
Yeah, it was a little shaky at times, and considering that first half scoreline, that is some pretty good recovery from Navi, but not good enough. Let's remind ourselves, you know, TQM looked so good on their CT side as well. Zipnix had an outstanding performance as an individual. I've got to say, you know, for someone who gets, you know, question marks every now and then, of course, he's got some very, you know, heavy hitters in his team as well, but it's nice to see him really having a big performance here.
Yeah, he got the same amount, he ended up with the same amount of kills as Device.